Hey guys, Dave here with another episode of FFBE War of the Visions. In today's video, I'm going to go over some basic tips for PvP. Currently in the game, there are 3 types of PvP. 2 are AI controlled and 1 is player controlled. So number 1 we have guild battles and 2 arena, which are both AI controlled. And then number 3, those are going to be our free matches, which are player controlled. I'd also like to let you know what happens with arena and guild battles in JP. I follow them closely, the latest metas, so hopefully that will give you some future insight. And big shout outs to Mai-chan and Sado. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but I really appreciate your guys' videos, so keep up the good work. Also at the end of the video, I'd like to give some advice on how to spend and not spend points earned in your arena and free match and guild points. So let's dive right into each one in more detail. We have guild battles starting in about 3 minutes, but first I'm going to cover a little bit about the AI, or as my friend and I call it AD, because how can it be called artificial intelligence if it's not intelligent? So first thing I want to caution you about is that certain units, there are certain skills that you don't want to unlock. For example, Monty, unfortunately, he has stone throw in his base kit before you unlock anything, and he likes to use that, but it's a complete waste in PvP. You want him to be buffing attack or sentinel, so he's either harder to kill or does more damage instead of wasting AP and doing no damage with that. Another one, Ayaka, if you have her as time mage, she likes to use immobilize instead of comet or heal, which is pretty ridiculous. So before you step into arena or PvP, etc., try to do some research on your unit online, and if you haven't already unlocked the whole tree, maybe find out which skills to hold off on until we get the JP update, which allows us to turn those skills off. So once you can turn those skills off, it completely changes the battlefield around. I actually feel it's more strategic because you can choose more what the AI will actually do. All right, so first I'd like to go into my favorite, which is guild battle. Since we still have a minute or two before that starts, I'm going to come in here to formation. So a lot of newer players, especially a lot of people in my guild who have all been kicked for not setting their defense team, all you need to do is come into the guild battle here and click on this right here that says attack party, and it's going to swap to your defensive party. So I'm just going to take maybe a minute and just go briefly over the difference here. So attack, you're probably going to want to have units, Verma hits really hard. Yerma hits really hard. Orlando hits hard, a little bit tanky. Frederica hits fairly hard, but is quick and can dodge things. So I have Shiva even for offensive. I have this card, Vow of Love, on Orlando, so he can kind of dodge. Tank rather. And this one here on Yerma, so the whole party moves quicker. Because, in PvP, having those extra turns, the CT gauge building up quicker, is going to be to your advantage. Now moving over to defense, I swapped in Engelbert. Now he's not as high of a level. I mentioned in my other video, level is the most important. However, Engelbert is kind of an exception. He's a tank and he's very powerful even at level 79. 99 units are going to have trouble with him. So there's 2 different strategies you can take for guild battle. You can put the Vow of Love on your tank. There's another even dirtier strategy, is you can use a tank or 2 DPS units and throw Ayaka in there. When you throw Ayaka in there with the tank card, she tends to sit in the back and just buff shell and protect. And then when the units finally get to her, they're already half dead because they ignore your attack units and only go for her. It's not going to work 100% of the time, but it works more often than not, and it's a pretty good strategy. So let's go into guild. It should have started up. All right, so we're in battle. Let's see what guild we got matched up against. Oh, that's a cute name. W Formkers. Yeah, I'm sure that's how you pronounce it. So what I usually do is, I know this isn't the best way, to gauge the team, but I start out with the attack. Then I look at their ranks. So we can see a 68, 63. Okay, but some people, they have a low rank, but they worked really hard on their characters. So that doesn't give us a definite. Well, we could look at the total attack in Magic, but they might not have their skill board unlocked, right? So there's a lot of different factors. I like to go in and look at a couple different teams before I make any choices. So this team right here, they have a 65 and a 59, which are very low compared to my team. Like I said, level is king right now. So lower level units are going to do less damage, and they're going to have a hard time even hitting you at higher levels. So what I like to do is I like to go in with, on my first match, and do like a team that's maybe half, maybe 60% of my strength that I can, crush with taking little hit point damage. You want to have maybe at least 70, 80%, if not more, hit points left when you finish. And another advantage is right now I'm at AP 0 on all these guys. Well, I'm probably not going to end at 0. Sometimes you can end at 15, sometimes you can end at 20, and that's going to help you do more damage against stronger teams the next time around. Okay, so the next thing you need to do after you've chosen a team to attack for your first and your second round is when should you attack? Should you attack early, crush the other team, have 30 stars 5 minutes after it starts, and destroy their morale? I've seen a lot of guilds do that. That could be a good strategy, but a lot of times the other guild will come back too. Another strategy is you attack one team, crush them, one team that you can defeat, then you come back later, see what other people have done, and then maybe go back and clean up, like if there's 3 strong teams and the rest of the guild members didn't participate and they left one strong team left, then you can go in and finish it there. And another strategy is you could just wait till the end, see what's left over, if anything, and then go for that. The personal rewards are next to nothing. It's more of a group effort. So whether you do it late, whether you miss out, it's based on the total guild effort as a whole. So that one's maybe a little high for my first match. This guy, he's only ranked 49. I'm going to go in and see what happens with this. So we're going to go in here. We're going to kind of see how the AI works. My Frederica, I accidentally unlocked Supercharge. So sometimes she likes to cast that with the AI, and she misses the target. But hopefully, that's great. Orlando cast Evasion on both units the first turn. Frederica already has her Evasion passive, and she cast it again. So the chances that they're going to hit her, since one, she's a higher level, and two, because of that, is really, really low. Okay, so missed there. Verma 2-shot, or killed 2 at once. Medina's big attack did almost nothing. Frederica's charging up, bam, dead. Okay, so easy win right there. All right, so I've lost almost no hit points, and all of my characters have built up at least some AP for the second round. So I'm in a pretty good position right here. You can see Frederica, I don't think her cast went off, so she could start out. If the other units group up, we could hit them with a really big barrage the second time. I've done that, and like 2-shot 1 units. I'm sorry, 1-shot 2 units. 2-shotting, that's not good. All right, so this is maybe one of their stronger teams. Maybe not, but they've got Engelbert. But a lot of people tend to organize it by who's at the top. So if I take out the top by attack, a lot of players who are less familiar with the game, they're going to be like, oh, well, he already took out the strongest team, and then they'll maybe be more willing to participate. So I'm going to go up against this team and see what happens. All right, so here we go. My Verma's actually pretty fast. You wouldn't think so, but she is. All right, we got Evasion again there. Stern's doing an accuracy. Frederica, which, oh, wow, missile range is going to be great on Engelbert. Good job. All right, so we got double Evasion on Frederica again. I've had her single-handedly win the match for me and my friend. Okay, so that wasn't good. I got hit double there. Oh, 4802. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so we're still 3 versus 1, even though we got 2 units low. We are up against Engelbert, though, so that could be a bit of a difficulty. But we'll see what you do. 437. Okay, his defense is broken by Orlando. Okay, 2010. That's a crazy hit there by Verma. Good job. So we got a 2010 crit on a 65 Engelbert. That's pretty insane. All right, so that's guild battle for you right there. I still have some work to do with my team. Unfortunately, you can't see what happens with your defensive team. I kind of wish it saved like a replay of the AI battle, because all it is, it's a string of mathematical calculations. So if you go back in later, you should be able to see it. But maybe that's a feature they'll add in the future. All right, guys, so let's take a look at Arena next. I believe I haven't done any matches today yet. Okay, I came in and I got my reward, but I didn't do any matches yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Now, Arena, you set your formation in the same way as Guild Battle. And again, with the advice I'm going to give you for AI is being the fastest is not always the best. When I started out in Arena, the previous map, which was in the desert with the 2 openings, sometimes my Medina would move first. She would move into enemy Medina or Frederica or Stern range, and then she would die before she attacked. So sometimes being the second fastest or the second unit to move is actually to your advantage. So don't go after just agility. I think it's a mistake. All right. So next, Arena, kind of same thing when you're choosing a team you attack, except Arena, you can find the team. Let's say I want to attack Anthil. I'm probably not going to in this video, but I can see he's got Orlando, Mediana, and Ramza right here. So Mediana, she's going to try to fire off her big shot right away, most likely. So I might want to put on Shiva if I don't already, and maybe boost frost resistance for some of my guys. In the future, the units get like more tanky, if you will. People get more vision cards, get higher level espers, and what you're going to need to do, it's not just, oh, okay, max my weapon, level 99, this unit versus this unit. That's not how it works. You need to combine different gear. You need to combine different espers, vision cards, and build specific teams to go against other ones. You only have 5 a day unless you use refreshes, so you have plenty of time, to set up your team, to check out the enemy team, to back out and optimize your team in order to win. Okay, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to try to choose, like, let's say a low ranked or an easy team that I can just crush, just so you can get an idea of some of the AI. So yeah, this looks like an easy team right here just because of the levels. Could be wrong, but let's give it a try. So Arena, we're on a different map this week, but it works a lot like Guild Battle. Now my only complaint, with these maps is most things are not line of sight. Okay, so you can actually attack through the hill. It looks like Median is charging up something. She almost got my Frederica there, which is dangerous. Okay, I one-shot her. Landu, okay, one-shot Gavgarian, awesome. Great missile range on him. That'll be really helpful. Thanks for that. So now they're going to come up, and we're going to crush Engelbert just by sheer number of attacks. All right, guys. So that was a pretty easy win because I was picking on lower levels. Arena, you get slightly more points based on what level guys you attack. Based on whether it's a win or a loss. So if you enjoy the challenge, great, go after the challenge. But if you just want to rack up points as fast as possible, you're gonna want to look for the weakest team. So this team right here, it's got kind of tanky. This is I could lose on this if the artificial dumbness plays it the wrong way. but let's see how it works out. And then after this match, I'll move on to free matches, which will be the final section of PvP. And then finally, I'm going to go over how you can maybe spend your points best in arena and whatnot. So that was not good at all. Frederica is very weak against Orlando. But I one-shot one of their guys back. I got Monty's defense down. His guys shouldn't be able to hit me back. But Yerma went over there all by herself. All right, so Orlando hit back. Okay, wow, she's pretty tanky, but yeah, if she can't one-shot one of them, yeah, this is going to be kind of like iffy right here. Yeah, so hopefully since mine is 10 levels higher, and I'm a little bit ahead, I can get them. But that was a pretty close match. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned so far, I haven't really played around too much with the initial positioning of the units, but the initial positioning is very important. So Frederica, once she gets more dodge, she's going to be very powerful. But right now, I don't have a trust yet that's going to give me that evasion that I need. So as you saw, she got basically one shot by Orlando. He's got a good range on the defensive break, which is his base ability that everybody gets, even if you can't level them up past 79. So that's something to watch out for. Doing this again, if I know Orlando's going to be in that slot, I can swap Frederica with Orlando here, and then that is going to, Orlando can take at least one of those hits without going down, whereas that gives Frederica another chance to hit back. Orlando will also hit back, so that's 2 against 1. One of their units is down at a range before it can even get to me, and I've only lost half the hit points of one of my units. So I just wanted to do it quick so you could see a couple matches, but if I was strategically planning it out, I would have swapped these 2 units position, and then I probably wouldn't have lost Frederica, and I probably would have killed all 3 without losing any. Okay. Next, I'm going to move into match battles. Now, I mentioned this in a previous video. Those of you who hate PvP, don't want to go up against real players, I understand that, but the rewards are really nice. The platinum armor, even if you don't get +1 or above, it's still the strongest armor in the game to this point. It doesn't have a trust ability, but just, I think it's 500 or 683 hit points, and like 20 defense if you roll defense, and like 14 spirit if you roll spirit. I mean, it's really strong. If you put the defense with full hit points and defense on Engelbert, he's not going to die to anything but magic units. Can pretty much guarantee that. He's going to be ridiculously strong. All right, so people who don't care about free matches, or you don't have much time, there's an easy trick to that. You can only do 5 a day, and you get 10 tokens base for your winning. So what I do, last video I made, I had a level 1 in this slot. So you would go into free match. I'm not going to press the button because I'm actually trying to get points, but you can hit commence matching. So it's going to put you up against another team. If you're really lucky, they will be forfeiting also, and they will have probably a level 1 unit or a weaker unit. In that case, my social would crush them, and I would get a win even though I'm forfeiting. And I've had that. I've had strong teams that have AFK'd or just left due to a bad connection and stuff too. So you'll get lucky sometimes like that as well, because Gumi hasn't fixed all of the connection problems. Okay. So, I mean, that's one way. This you can't really prepare, but since it's manual PvP, speed. So your agility is super important, being able to go first, because at this point in the game, there's level disparities, there's weapons disparities. If you go up against a weaker team especially, I've gone into matches where I've one-shot 2 units in a row, just because I was able to go first, and it's a very small map. Okay. But if you do try and you win, you get 20 tokens instead of 10. And for every win in a row, so for my first win, I would only get 20 points. But then for every win on top of that, I would get 30, then 40, then 50. So the idea is you want to build up a winning streak. So remember, up to 5 per day. Okay, so now I've gone over all 3 types of PvP. Let's head over to the MOG shop and check out what we can buy. So guild medals, this is the easiest one. You can see I've already purchased it. The Rainbow Fragment of Thought, that's your bottleneck for leveling up your characters. You know, buy that every month, first thing, all the time, for guild battles. Okay, if you have leftover points, first I would maybe save up for the next month, especially if your guild doesn't win a lot or you don't have a lot of people participating. But my guild, we have enough people participating, so I'm getting, you know, like 150 to 220 guild medals a day plus the friend thing, so like up to 200, 250 a day, right? So that's only 8 to 10 days, and then I have enough to buy the Fragment of Thought. But if you do buy additional things, I would go after. I mean, you can help your guild out with the statues, but you're going to help your guild out more right now by awakening your units to 6 stars. So I would go after, so if you have Mediana or whatever, come in here, get your awakening prisms, get your ice fragments of thought, you know, and get her level up as soon as possible. If you are not short on those, like I'm not right now because I have some characters up already, you might want to get some of these nameless heroes. You can use them for any job from level 12 to 15. They're very useful, and maybe even the yellow ones if you're having trouble with those, but we have double drops right now, so why waste points? All right, moving down to arena. What do you want out of here? This. You want this. This is the only thing unique in the arena area. It's the best magic staff in the game by far. Right now we have the platinum staff. We'll get an event for that where we can get it up to +5, which I think is 168 when it's a magic stat. But this one is 218 or is it 228? Anyway, it's over 215. And so even at level +0, when this is +0, it's going to have so much more magic than the platinum staff that it's possibly even stronger than having the +15 magic attack with a 168 magic. So I would definitely save up and get at least 1 copy of that first. You might get unlucky, you might get aim, you might get, I think vital is the other one, which they're kind of useless, but if you don't have a +5 platinum, it's still good. But once you've gotten 3 of these and then we get the patch, we can choose when making it a +1 that, hey, I want this to be magic. So I would definitely save up for that. I've wasted a lot of points on seals, or else I'd already be up to like 14k right now. And again, guys, I haven't put any Visior into arena. These are just from playing every day, and I win maybe 70 to 80% of my matches. I lose sometimes. Everybody's going to lose. And if you have a bonus unit like tactics right now, you're going to get more. All right. And then if you're +5ing a weapon and you're going to the star ranks and you want to get the maximum stats and you're a couple short, then yeah, maybe you can splurge and get your occasional attack seal or magic seal. But ultimately, I would save up and at least try to get one of those. Even if you can't get it to +5 or you can't get a +5 platinum, it's really, really strong on Mediana, on Yastola, the Sadia, the lightning mage that's going to come out, and what is it? I can't think of her name, the earth mage that's going to come out as well. Okay, and then PvP medals here. It's basically the same rewards as arena, except you get these 2 recipes here. Ayaka's Trust and who is it? Yeah, Ayaka's Trust is kind of similar in stats to this. Some of them are too. So if you have those trusts, you might not want that. But in my opinion, I think the platinum armor is slightly better. Unfortunately, Gumi hasn't given us the stats in the window here, so you're going to have to go online to look it up. but I encourage you to do that. Make sure you do it every day and save up. I only learned about this maybe a week and a half ago, and I've been getting anywhere from like 70 to 120 points a day, but that's with winning. Okay. Even if you win one a day, you're probably still going to get like 60 points. So in a couple months, you'll be able to get one of those recipes. Now, another thing, once you get the recipe, you still need a couple special crafting items like this, but you'll get those from your chocobo missions. You'll get those from limited time weapon and armor events. So I wouldn't worry too much about those things, guys. Okay, so that's pretty much it for today's guide. I hope it was informative. If you like what you've seen, please comment, like, subscribe for future content. Thanks again for watching, and see you guys next time. Take care.